Stockpile Hobbies.
Welcome back to Stockpile Hobbies. My name is Steve, and today I am going to upgrade my AutoWorld IWheels. But I'm going to have to paint the chassis, I think, because I did test fit the body onto one. We're going to do it right now, and I didn't quite like how it looked. So I have the, I think it's a Roadrunner or GTX, I think, Plymouth here. Anyway, it's a Plymouth, and this is a Ford GT. And what's really cool about these AutoWorld iWheels is originally they had white tires also, but they are all white. That was the whole thing. I do like them better with the black tires on it. I wasn't a big fan of the white tires, but everything else, the white chassis, it looks cool. It looks really cool, especially here on the Roadrunner. I mean, you see a lot of it. And you're going to see when I put the V-Spec car here that the black, it changes the whole look of the car. And I don't like it. I think I'm going to have to paint the chassis white. But let's get one of these out here. And now here with the blacked out chassis, it has a completely different look, feel, attitude, whatever you want to call it, aura. So I want to replicate the white. I really like the white. So I think we're going to have to paint the chassis. I'm debating about just sandwiching it with some painter's tape and just painting the sides of the chassis going around it, or stripping down the entire chassis and painting the whole thing proper. I took a moment there and I did watch a video. It was Hardin Creek, and you realize watching the video how much precision was put in when this was built. And not only from, Viper Scar Racing when they built it, but let alone how he did it in the video. And I have no doubt I can get this apart. I'm never going to get it back reassembled as nicely as I saw done in the video. So it's going to be better for my purposes here to just mask off the top and bottom and either spray paint or brush on the white paint and paint the wheels. And this way everything is in unmolested condition here. I could get in there with a little pick tool and move the shoe anchor here over a little bit to get the motor out, but I would just be, like a bull in a china shop with it, I think, and just get the axle off. I think I'm going to put a dummy axle in while I paint it. This way no paint gets into the grooves down in there. And same for the front as well. And I'll pull the shoes and springs off, but then I'm going to run the masking tape over the top and bottom of it. And these just turn one as you pull, and it should pop off one of the wheels. There it goes. Let's put that back together. Okay. And I want to get the shoes off, so I'm just going to flip the top here. There we go. That's right, it just flew off into Oblivion. I have other springs though, just in case, so. Yep, you always want to make sure you don't just do what you just saw there. So maybe I'll find it, maybe not. But we have these shoes and we have the springs out, and I'm going to remove the pin as well. Found the spring. That's amazing. It bounced off my shirt back onto the motor magnet when that flew off. Wow. Wow. That That is amazing. I should go buy a lotto ticket. Alright, so I'm just going to grab some tape here now and sandwich it. I just started a little bit with the scissors here, and then just kind of held it and pulled it down with my thumb to get it to go like that. So just want to make sure there's no tape overhanging the edge as I paint, so I'm just going to lay it flat and paint it like that. And now we're just going to sandwich the top with more of the tape. And I'm going to do one more for the GT40 as well, since we're doing them. So I have some 2-in-1 flat white primer here that I got at Walmart, Rust-Oleum. I've been using this on all the cars that I've been customizing here. This flat white should work pretty good, and I'm going to hit it with some clear coat after that. Before I use this though, I'm going to put this in some really hot tap water for about 5 minutes, and then shake it up really good. It really helps the paint atomize well as it comes out of the can, and less likely to splatter and get globby. So I really need to buy a white paint pen instead of spray painting these from now on. But I'm going to go over it with a brush too inside. We'll clean it up. But as you see here, I put the tires in on the axle and then I maxed it off. This way now that the wheels are painted, I can pull these on from the back side and not disturb the lip on the front. Now, I've had clear coat drying on there for over a day, so it'd be okay to touch. But still, if you're worried about it, you can do it from the back. And I say that, and then I can't do it, right? But you get the idea. You're not messing with the painted lip on the front. There it goes. See? Really cool. Sorry, it's hard to twist it and keep it on camera. There we go. Look at that. That's how you do it. The front, I do the same way. They're just a lot more difficult because the little O-rings are harder to stretch. Now, I had to use my thumb, but this is completely dry. The paint and clear coat has hardened, so it didn't have any smears or anything. But what I did was I put my thumb over the front of it, and then I just quickly skirted the tire on from the back. Like so. Make sure not to twist the wheel on your thumb or your thumb against the wheel as you do this. There it goes. And I got out unscathed. Alright, and now for the bodies. Wonderful. And I got a little bit on the top of the shoe anchors there, but I think we'll be alright. I'll clean it off though with some sanding paper. But I got the front, got the sides, we got the back. It came out really good actually. It looks really nice. So in comparison, there is more of a cream color. I just got a hard flat white primer on there with a matte clear coat. So that one looks pretty good. And for the other one, beautiful. Good. So I got a toothpick here, and I'm just going through and reaming all the holes. And then I will add oil to install the axles and all that. Same thing for the back. Went through the rear and over here and just cleaned out any paint that's in there. So I have a new old stock Aurora guide pin here. The ones that come on these chassis are just a little bit too big in diameter for the thinner part of the track where it has the Tyco banked curve sections in it. There it is. That's installed. I'm going to do the other one now as well since I have them right here. Right, I'm going to put in the rear axle here. The crown gear goes on the right side. Ho 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 ho. You can see it. It's coming together. Alright, so I think it goes in the back slot here for the car, but we'll see. And now I'm going to install the body clip here, and it just follows the contour of the motor. Have our friend Mr. Shoe Spring here, and we're just going to drop this down into the cavity there. Go. And Install the shoe. Oh, look at it. It came out really cool. Oh, I'm so happy I did this. That is cool. Wow. What's really cool here is it really makes the USA pop under the car. That's awesome. So yeah, they look good initially, but I noticed that the front wheels are not resting on the track. It's because the shoes are being blocked by the clear light housing here. So I'm going to go through now with some sandpaper and other things and route out the clear plastic there to give the shoes the room they need to articulate and get the cars to roll and not sled down the track. So on the GTX Roadrunner here, I was able to get away with just having to trim out the lens. The body looks okay here, and if anything, this is helping it look good. I don't think it's resting on it, but it's not impacting any way the stance of it or anything. It looks fine, and you see now the wheels rotate where my finger is. So I think that looks good. I'm not going to do any modifications to this body. However, the GT40, it's sitting, instead of sitting level like this, it's sitting like, up like that. And it's because you can see where I scribed a mark here. That's how much of the body is resting under the chassis here on top of it. That's where it, you see. So I'm going to use a Dremel now. I'm going to cut that out so that the body will sit freely on here and just being held on by the clips versus being, shimmed or anchored by the front there or it being pinched in any way. So we're going to do that now. Yeah, see that? That's good. The wheel is rotating in the front. It's not sledding. Looks good. I've selected blue LED lights to go on the cars. We're going to solder the red wire to the left side, driver's side of the shoe anchor here. I'm just going to tin the wires first and tin the shoe anchors. By tinning, I mean we are going to put some solder onto the wires and the shoe anchors before we actually put everything together. So I think we don't need a lot. So it's going to go like right up to here, I think. So I'm going to trim these there. And then very gently, I'm going to expose the wire underneath. I don't have a wire car small enough. There you go. And hopefully I can do that again. There we go. And now, to tin it, I have some flux here on a toothpick. It looks very gooey. That's all you got to do. Just like so. And we're also going to do that now to the slot car as well. I'm going to all that pounding you hear, that's Bella walking. And now with our soldering iron heated up, I got some lead-free solder. You can find all the tools I'm using in the description of all my videos. And with some solder on the tip of the iron now, I'm just going to touch it to the wires. And it's tinned. Need a little more solder on the iron. It's really hard working with a really fine tip, but you need it so that you don't burn or melt part of the chassis down there when you go to tin it and to solder the wires. And now same thing here, we're just going to touch it to the front and get some of the stick. Oh, that's a lot. And you'll share some over here. There we go. And now just sandwich the wire between the anchoring point and the iron. There it goes. There it goes. And I would say that's a success. We need to lubricate the chassis here. And I got some Racer's Edge high-speed bearing oil here. And we're going to put that anywhere that axle goes through the chassis, just a drop. Same for the back. Here. On top of the armature bushing. And also the back of the armature as well. I got a little bit of a grease here, or Teflon grease. Just put a little bit onto a toothpick. I'm just going to touch it to the pin in the crown. Let it work its way through. On each of the teeth of the crown gear, you're all set. So here's the two cars. Let me know what you think of them. Please comment in the video. I think they look really great. This is what they started out as here, the white AutoWorld X Traction flamethrower chassis, and they now have the Viper V1 V-Spec chassis on them. All right, the Roadrunner GTX is warmed up. Let's see how fast it can go. Wow, 0.668. That's fast. I would say the painting in the LED had zero effect on performance. It just made it look hot. And now for the Ford GT. 665. Yes. All right, so it's not totally dark down here. There's still some light coming through the window over here. Let's see how good it looks going around the racetrack. Nice. 9.991 seconds. Very good. Anything under 10 is really fast. Anything under 13 is really fast actually going on this track. Looks really good. Pops right out at night. Got the performance. And of course we got the cool looks of it. So now we'll be featuring these cars in our Crash and Burn series. To get Enzo down here and get one of those filmed, I think. So again, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think of everything you saw. And keep having fun, everyone.